You're not alone. Most people think being rich means fancy cars and designer brands, and a house so big that you need a map to find the kitchen. You see the influencers in Dubai, the guys stepping out of private jets, the lifestyle that looks like a nonstop parade of bottle service and $300,000 cars. At least Instagram tells you that. But here's the truth. The majority of people who look rich, especially on Instagram, they're actually drowning in debt. Meanwhile, the truly wealthy, the people you'd never guess are wealthy, they're the ones in the modest house down the street, driving the 10-year-old Toyota, wearing a plain t-shirt with no logo on it. While everyone else is busy chasing status symbols, they're quietly building and acquiring assets. They're building money machines. They've realized that wealth isn't about what you show off to the world. It's about what you say no to so you can say yes to your freedom. The wealthy have a list of things they simply will not waste a dime on. I want to walk you through those 9 things, not to lecture you, but to show you where the exits are in this rigged game, because earning more money won't make you free. Only a money machine, an engine of assets that works harder for you than you do for it, can do that. Does that make sense? If so, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much, and now let's get into it. Number 9, the cheap stuff trap. Here's the thing. Being frugal and being cheap are 2 very different things. The system loves it when you buy cheap stuff. Think about that $3 phone case you grabbed at the checkout line. It felt like a win, right? But then it cracks the first time you drop it. Or it doesn't actually protect the screen, and now you're looking at a $200 repair. Wealthy people look at that and shake their heads in disappointment. They'd rather pay $50 for a case that lasts 4 years than $3 for a case they have to replace every 6 months. When you buy junk, you're stuck in a loop of rebuying. You're paying a poverty tax without even realizing it. Americans waste thousands every year buying things that should have lasted the first time. The wealthy buy for the long haul. They don't nickel and dime themselves into a corner. They invest in quality because they know that cheap is actually the most expensive way to live. Number 8, home ego, the house poor nightmare. We've all been sold the American dream. The big house, the white fence, the 4-car garage. But for most people, that dream is actually a pair of golden handcuffs. I'm not saying you should live in a shack. We should all live in beautiful homes. But here's the reality. A house is a lifestyle asset. It's a place to live, to raise kids, to sleep. It is not a primary investment engine. When you buy an oversized home to impress people you don't even like, you inherit oversized expenses. More rooms mean more furniture. More square footage means higher heating bills, more property taxes, and more things that will inevitably break and need repairs. Wealthy people don't let their home eat their future. They follow a simple rule. Don't spend more than 25% to 30% of your income on total housing. And I mean total. Mortgage, insurance, taxes, and that inevitable plumbing leak. If your house is draining your ability to invest, it's not a home, it's a shackle. Number 7, the status signal. Look, I get it. We all want to feel like we belong. We want that dopamine hit that comes when someone notices the logo on our bag or the watch on our wrist. But have you ever noticed that the loudest people in the room are often the ones with the emptiest pockets? The data is actually hilarious once you see it. About 61% of people earning over $250,000 a year do not own luxury cars. They drive Fords, Hondas, and Subarus. And the typical Rolex owner, their net worth is usually under $1 million. Wealthy people choose quiet wealth over loud debt. Let that sink in for a second. They don't buy things to prove a point. They buy things that align with their values. If they like a nice suit, they buy it because it fits well, not because the brand name is plastered across the chest. Quiet confidence doesn't need a logo to speak for it. Number 6, luxury transportation traps. This is a big one. I've seen people who treat their luxury SUVs better than they treat their own health. They're putting $1,200 a month into a car payment, $300 into insurance, and another $200 into premium gas. That's $1,700 a month, over $20,000 a year, going into an asset that loses 30% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. That's like taking 20 grand out of your bank account and lighting a match to it every single year. Wealthy people see transportation as a utility. It's a tool to get from point A to point B. They aren't looking for an identity on four wheels. Your car should move you closer to your freedom, not keep you trapped in a job you hate just to make the payments. Number 5, false hope purchases. The system is rigged to keep you hoping for a miracle so you don't build a system. Whether it's lottery tickets, long-shot crypto bets, or the next big thing your cousin told you about, wealthy people stay away. Why? Because they understand probability. The lottery has a 1 in 300 million chance of success. The stock market, on the other hand, has gone up about 8 out of every 10 years for the last century. Wealthy people don't bet on hope. They bet on systems. They put their money where the odds are in their favor. They'd rather have a 100% chance of getting rich slowly than a 0.0001% chance of getting rich overnight. Number 4, the bank donation. Financial penalties. Did you know Americans pay over $12 billion a year in overdraft fees? That's not an accident. That is the business model of big banks. They want you to be disorganized. They want you to miss a payment by one day so they can hit you with a $35 fee. The wealthy don't donate to banks. They automate everything. They keep enough boring cash in a liquid account so they never have to worry about a transaction bouncing. They don't pay penalties. They collect them in the form of interest. Every time you pay a late fee, you're handing your freedom over to a billionaire CEO. Number 3, impulse spending and subscription. We've all done it. You walk into Target for toothpaste and walk out with $150 worth of candles, throw pillows, and snacks you didn't know existed. The average person spends about $450 a month on impulse buys. If you took that $450 and put it into your money machine instead, over 40 years, that's over $1 million. Think about that next time you're standing in the aisle. Is that candle worth $1 million? Wealthy people use the 72-hour rule. If they see something they want, they put it in the cart and walk away. If they still want it 3 days later and it fits the budget, they buy it. Usually that need disappears once the dopamine hit wears off. Number 2, ownership burdens. There's a saying, the 2 best days of a boat owner's life are the day they buy it and the day they sell it. Ownership is a burden. It's maintenance, it's storage, it's insurance. Wealthy people value flexibility. They'd rather rent a stunning villa for 2 weeks a year than own a second home that they have to worry about for the other 50 weeks. They don't want their name on a deed if it means their time is owned by a property. Freedom is the ultimate asset. Number 1, consumption without ROI. Finally, they don't buy things that don't give back. A new phone every year? That's consumption. A course that teaches you a new skill? That's an investment. Before a wealthy person spends money, they don't just ask, can I afford this? They ask, what is the return? Will this buy me more time? Will it give me more peace? Does it move me closer to the life I actually want to live? If the answer is no, they let it go. Look, I'm not telling you to never buy anything fun again. I'm not telling you to live a life of deprivation. I'm telling you to buy with purpose. Every dollar you have is a little soldier. You can either send those soldiers out to fight for your freedom, or you can surrender them to someone else's money machine. You've worked too hard for your money to let it leak out through these traps. You're doing your best, but the system is designed to keep you on that treadmill. It's time to step off. It's time to start building a machine that buys your time back, because at the end of the day, that's all we really have. Well, thank you so much for watching. Kindly do me a favor and share this video, like and also subscribe if you haven't. With that said, have a great day, and see you in the next one.